Oh, there's the camera. Anyways, hi everyone. Oh my god, it's been so long since I've done any type of vlog, whether it's a review. I think reviews are probably the only vlogs I've done since I started getting back to YouTube. And honestly, that hasn't been going on for a while. It hasn't been that long, but I've been trying my best to get back on my feet. Now, the reason for my long absence is because, well, I've been running short on material, so I've been trying to come up with ideas for vlogs, whether it wasn't a review or it was a tutorial. I actually thought about doing tutorials, but then I was like, I don't know. It'd probably be too simple. But another thing is that I recently just got another job. So yeah, I'm working 2 jobs now. Well, job and a half, honestly. That's a story for another day. But if you know me personally, you know the situation. For the most part, it's me just having another job and running short on material. So thankfully, I have something to go off of now because I haven't done that for a while. My God, it's been 2 months almost. I got 2 topics I want to talk about today. First one is Far Cry 5. Now, if you haven't caught up with Far Cry, then why are you gaming? Because honestly, this is probably one of my favorite first-person shooter games of all time. I mean, yeah, Battlefield's cool, but Battlefield's just upgraded Call of Duty, and Call of Duty is just so fucking redundant at this point. So it's Call of Duty, there's Battlefield, and then there's Far Cry. I don't know what it is about Far Cry. It's so captivating. And I'll be honest with you, I didn't start playing that franchise until the 3rd one. Yeah. I started playing the 3rd one, then I played the 4th one. Then I played Primal, which Primal was a completely different take on the franchise. And if you've played it, that's cool. But anyways, so I started playing Far Cry when I got the 3rd one a couple years ago. And I'll be honest with you, at first I didn't like the main character because he just seemed too panicky and shit. He fucking sees the littlest thing going on and he would shit his pants. And he would vocalize it to the point that I'm just like, I'm gonna fucking shoot myself. And it was just so annoying at that time. But then as the game progressed, the character developed, I guess, more of a, I don't know, courageous personality, I guess. I don't know what the hell you would call it, but I don't know, it was just something about that game that was really captivating. The game itself was captivating. The main character was not so captivating. But I understand because, somebody who's never been, that much in danger before, I can kind of understand that, and it kind of suited the situation at the time. And I'm really glad it did, because, it's it's a new take on a new character, and I was really glad that Ubisoft actually took that risk with that character. But yeah, Far Cry 3 was great, and then there was 4, which was based in fictional Kirat, and the main character was so fucking laid back to the point that he knew that Pagan Min was probably gonna get him killed, but he carried on anyways. That was a good ass game too. Probably not as good as the 4th. No, sorry. Probably not as good as the 3rd. But, it was still a good game. And honestly, if I went back and replayed it, it'd probably be twice as good. I don't know. That game is just so fucking fun. And I just can't get enough of it. And then there was Primal, which honestly was a brand new take on the Far Cry franchise, because this took place in the caveman periods. And if you remember those periods, all you had were spears and bow and arrows and clubs. So it's literally all you could fight with. So literally the only mid-range weapon you could have on there was a bow and arrow. And I think the worst part about it was whenever you would climb the mountains, you would freeze to death instantly. You had no spare oxygen or anything to make it out of there, as far as I remember. But I'm not gonna go back and play that game. It was fun, but at the same time, it was torture. And now, this brings me to Far Cry 5. Now, holy shit. This game has been nothing short of amazing. Literally, one of my favorite parts about it before the game came out was when everyone was losing their shit over like a bunch of white people being the main antagonist group of this game. And I would see like fucking Tumblr posts and shit of like how like, oh, you know, since the dawn of time, like the majority of games have always had like minorities as the main villains and shit, or like foreigners and whatnot, which is actually not wrong at all. You never see like, I don't know, a cultist white man as the main antagonist of a video game nowadays. And honestly, it was hilarious watching people lose their shit over that, because like this was around the same time the whole neo-Nazi movement was starting to break out. Oh, don't get me started on the neo-Nazi movement, please. Literally, that's what was going on. No, it was a shit show watching people get pissed over that. And I'm just sitting here like, look, they're forming a fucking cult. They're brainwashing people. I think it makes for a good video game villain. It's not like people are going to be easily influenced by this and be like, yeah, I'm gonna kill cultists now, because nobody's going to charge in. That's stupid. But anyways, I haven't completed the game, but as far as me playing it, like, I've blown up silos, I've taken over territory. It's just so fun from what I've played so far. And I just can't get enough of it. It's so fucking good. And I can't wait to finish it, even though that's probably going to be like another month from now from how much time I have on my hands. Still, I'm so fucking stoked about it. There's so much more to the controls and to the features in that game as there were in the last 3. I was gonna say last 2 because I was gonna forget that Primal came out. Primal's not a bad game, it's just so fucking difficult. I played it, holy shit. I cannot wait to finish this game. And so far, the most I can say of it right now, I think it deserves a 9 out of 10. Because honestly, you know, first-person shooters aren't really my strong suit. But when it comes to Far Cry, that's like the fucking peak at which I go. Yeah, I think a 9 out of 10 will definitely suit this. If you haven't played it, you probably should. It's so good. Okay, second topic I'm going to talk about is the new 30 Seconds to Mars album titled America. Now, as you all knew, or as you all know, not new, as you all know, this is the band that Jared and his brother Shannon have formed since, honestly, I don't remember when they formed, but I know that they only had 4 albums out before this one. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Jared Leto started out as an actor, and then he and his brother formed 30 Seconds to Mars somewhere down the road. They came out with their first album. I'm pretty sure it's their self-titled. It's good for a rock album. It's not my favorite, but it's still good. And then a couple years later, they released A Beautiful Lie, which honestly is pretty fucking beautiful. And that's the only album that everyone still bitches about, because they're like, oh my god, I wish they could let their old sound. You gotta understand that. Like, alternative artists, whether it's a band or a one-man thing, they don't stay the same forever. If somebody wants to experiment, fucking let them. Like, you gotta understand that people just do not want to stick to the same route forever. And the same goes for bands like Fall Out Boy, and the same thing went for Linkin Park, and y'all still bitched about it. But it's all you guys. Everyone's entitled to an opinion, but like, you can't like fucking trash people forever for wanting to change. And then there was This Is War, which is when they started changing. And I kind of feel like the fan base was like, ooh, I love this. And the other side was like, oh god, I fucking hate this already. Because it's not a beautiful lie. And honestly, as much as I love A Beautiful Lie, I also love This Is War. This is when they started the whole balance between rock and alternative. And it was well balanced for this album. Or at least I feel that way. I mean, at any instant, they're gonna at least use like the average instrument that a rock band would use for their music. Whether it's a guitar, a drum, a piano. I mean, they're always gonna use instruments like that in one of their songs, if not a few others. I feel like that's what people are missing. Like, they hear like one single and they're just like, oh, they just trash their instruments now? No, they don't fucking trash them. They probably use them for another song. Dumbass. LOVELUSTFAITH+DREAMS came out 4 years later. The scales were still balanced between rock and alternative. I mean, there was some rock songs. There was some alternative songs. There was some that were like a little poppy, and that's okay. Because, you know, bands have the right to experiment if they choose. I mean, some bands have good sounds that they don't need to change. Day to Remember, Motionless in White. And then there's bands that want to change because they just want to. It's not like they want to jump on the bandwagon and be like, yeah, we're just going to release solely pop stuff now. Because if that were the case, they would never play their old shit. And I've seen Mars live, and I think the furthest they go back is an acoustic rendition of The Kill. And if that's all they give us, that's fine. You know, I'm not expecting them to play the entire fucking album in its entirety for their tour. And then, I want to say 4 or 5 years later, they come out with America. This is when the scale tips in favor of one genre over the other. And I'm sure you can take a guess by now. The rock and alternative scale leans very much in favor of the alternative. There's so much more weight added to the alternative section that, yeah, maybe they do use less instruments for this. And people do start thinking that this is just Jared Leto's entire project. And if they want to think that, then they're more than free to. You know, this is still a project involving Shannon and Tomo. They still have a part in it. Whether it's songwriting, instrument writing, or writing the lyrics, it really doesn't matter. The three of them have a part in this. And if you don't choose to see it that way, then that's your problem. But as far as the album goes, personally, I like it. I'm not crazy over it, but if I compared it to This Is War and LOVELUSTFAITH+DREAMS, it's not that great. Even I will admit that. I love Mars. I love the Leto brothers. I love Tomo. But the thing about America is that there is a lot more experimenting on it. They do have an acoustic song on it, which I think isn't all that bad. It's great. Even though Leto sounds like he's going fucking redneck on me. And as far as the rest of the album, it's more electronically based. Like the first, 4 singles they put out before releasing the entire album, you can tell it was a lot of electronic based music in there. Like Walk on Water had a pretty big electronically based rhythm to it. The same thing with Dangerous Night, even though there are like a few guitar notes here and there. I liked it. I liked that it was also produced by Zed. Then they released One Track Mind, which honestly, I'm not sure how I feel about Jared Leto using autotune, but you do you, man. And then there was Rescue Me, which I was like, yeah, it's pretty pop. It's not bad, it's just really pop. Moving on. The honest rating, I'm probably gonna have to give this album a 7 out of 10. I love that Leto still writes very meaningful lyrics. I love that he doesn't do what the people want, he does what he wants. Which is really what every artist should do. It just doesn't apply to every good artist, but any artist in general has the right to change. And that's totally fine. I mean, yeah, people are gonna bitch about it, but fucking let them. Some people are still hoping for a My Chemical Romance reunion. And honestly, they don't fucking want it. The band doesn't want to fucking come back. And if they don't want to, then there's no reason for them to come back. You guys just want to live in fucking 2005 again. I'm just being honest here. 7 out of 10 I think sounds more reasonable for America by 30 Seconds to Mars. And if they ever do go back to their old sound, which I highly doubt is ever going to happen, that's cool too. I'd love to see Leto go back to his roots from Self-Titled and Beautiful Lie. But at the same time, I also kind of like what they're doing now. Maybe not as much as the next person, or maybe not as much as what they did before, but still, I like it. That's just me. Ooh, I got a bonus topic to talk about now. So yesterday, I went to go see A Quiet Place, which was a film directed by John Krasinski. It also starred him and his wife Emily Blunt. This is probably like the first horror film he's ever been in. Maybe. I could be wrong. But I'll be honest with you. Throughout the entire fucking movie, I was so paranoid. Like, holy shit. Oh my gosh. Dead silence for more than like 5 minutes is what drives me up the fucking wall. And this movie drove me up the wall so many times. This is exactly what I was expecting from a film like this. But it went like... This was my expectations. This was the film. Oops, my head's not visible on the fucking screen anymore, is it? Because that's how fucking good it was. It was so fucking creepy, like, holy shit. And the ending was what really got me the most. I'm not gonna spoil it for you because I hate spoiling films for people, and honestly, I hate it when people do that to me because then that just makes me want to kick their fucking teeth in. I guess you're waiting for a fucking review, or not a review, but a rating of this movie. Okay, fine, I'll give it to you. It's a perfect 9.5 out of 10. I've seen scary films, but I've seen scarier. And this is up there with all the scary films I've seen. I'm not gonna name the other ones because everybody is so biased about like what they think is the scariest film yet. I mean, yeah, people have personal opinions about that, and that's fucking cool. But this is my list we're talking about, asshole. And yeah, A Quiet Place was holy shit. Oh my gosh, I'd probably go see it again if I had the chance, but I'm too lazy. So there you guys have it. I'm really happy I was able to do this vlog again, and I was so happy I had so much material to talk about. And so I really think that I have some more material to go off of soon. And if you like what you see, please like, share, subscribe. It would mean a lot if you did. And if you haven't yet, I've advertised this so fucking much in my videos. My short film, There's Always Help, has been on my channel since December, and it's probably one of my best works yet. It would really mean a lot if you guys checked it out, because it's, like I said, it's one of my proudest moments in film editing so far. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'll see you guys later. Bye.